Alright, we're going back on this for today. Early days so far, it's only 6:30. Yeah, great. Alright, so last night before I went home and the battery went dead, let's see, I Loctited these studs in here and put the cover on to hold them all square and straight. So I just got enough to put a little Loctite on the stud over here. So you can see it's got a little green Loctite down there. So we'll just dip some in there every now and then for a couple times. Let it sit up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this cover off. Probably put a little more Loctite on there and let it sit for another hour or so before I get to it. Alright, where is my tools? Alright, let's see, Allen. Where's my Allen? There it is. Alright, there's that. A little Loctite dropped off the edge in there. This one's still loose. This one's tight. Alright, so we're going to have to something here. So I can put some more Loctite on that stud. For some reason it's not locking in there. So just put a little drip on here. Stick it up inside of here. You just drop it on top of the stud, it'll soak in. I don't know why it didn't soak in last night. Right in. Alright, let's see. I need something to protect this motor. I'm not sure why this stud is not locking in. It's pretty loose. The Loctite should have went in there and set it all up, locked it in. I can't unscrew it, so it's tight. See, this one's wobbling too, but it's tight now. You see how the Loctite goes all the way around and just seals it. I don't know why this one's not going in. Looks like it's loose still. I'm going to redo it. Something's causing that not to lock up in there. So instead of keep playing with it, we'll just take it out and redo it. Fine threaded nut somewhere. Stealing off one of my bolts here. That's good. It's a blind hole. I thought it went through. That's a plus. Okay, I'll squirt a little bit of brake clean on this, try to clean this up and see if that will make it stick better. Alright, so still got residue on there, but a little cleaner now. So we don't want any lock head on our chain, so put the rag back behind here so I can blow this out. Not getting on the chain. Okay, so now I'm going to load this up with red. A good amount of it on there. Put some in the hole there also. Squishy, squishy as it goes in. There's a lot of residue there. Okay, we want 3 3/16. That's what we're looking for our height. And that's about where we're at right now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cover back on so it'll pull it straight. Let it lock up there. And I'll come back an hour or so. It should be locked in, hopefully. We'll see. Gravity makes it go on a lot easier. held on there pretty good. Yeah, I probably should put the bolts in there. Where the cover's positioned equally. If you don't put them in there, it might not be where you want it to be. Looks like it goes in pretty evenly. Okay, that's good. Okay, so it's all tightened up again. We'll let it sit for a while. And we'll come back and redo it. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to work on some other stuff here. Okay, here's the clutch I blasted there last night for homework. Got nothing better to do. So now these are all cleaned up. I gotta go clean them with some, make sure all the grit's off. So everybody says how thin sheet metal warps when you blast it. That's pretty thin and very uneven surface, but when you look at all the heights together, see how they stack up real nice and even still. So you take every other one of these and flip them. It'll check all the other surfaces. Should still be flat, see? So you only got that much squish in there right now. So that's pretty good. So after you blast, the finish looks fairly decent on them. There's no real issues. So we'll pick out the best 7 to go with the, or the best 5 to go with the other 3 new ones. So these have to be cleaned up yet. I'll clean those, get all the grit off, because you want any residue of beads left on those. So we'll deal with that in here in a little bit, and then I'll assemble it. Meantime, I need to go work on the cylinders. So we got our pistons here. We're going to measure. See what diameter these are. We're going to hone the cylinders. Cylinders are all painted. They just need to be honed for new rings, and just kind of see what the clearances are at. Make sure we're kind of in the ballpark what we want. I got some other junk ones here I'm supposed to be working on too. It's not a 900 motor. Use a 3 to 4 mic. You want to make sure there's taper in the pistons, so that means it's bigger here in the bottom than down here. If you don't have taper, the pistons collapse. It's no good. So it's about 7 3/4 there. About 7 right there. This one's just a tick bigger overall, about 1/4 of a thou at most. So that's our bigger one, this is our smaller one. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and measure our cylinder. See what we need. So I'm going to take the big piston. I don't know if you can read it, but it's 7 3/4 up here. We give it 3.5 clearance because that's what those are. Stock. So you go half, and you go 1, 2, 3. So this is it was brand new. They should be a little bit looser than this, but not sure. Okay, that is not going to go down small enough to go in that hole. So we use this one. Rarely do mics measure the same. Okay, right there we are making pressure. Make sure that hasn't moved. Looks like it's in the same spot. Okay, so this is what the cylinder should be if it was new. Now being used, it could be up to a couple thou bigger than this and still be okay. So right now we are at, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a quarter is what it reads. You have to figure out what that means in inches. That'd be 3.2, 13 and a quarter. So 190 is standard, so that means you're 20, 30, 5 over. Loose 35. Alright, so get this out of the way. Doing rods no more. We're going to do cylinders in the big one. So these have already been painted. Not very much going on the cylinder. A little bit of rust on the outside because they're blasted, but the insides are clean. Just used, so they need to be honed a little bit. Alright, so these are 500 stones, which is about 280 grit, I think. I think that's what these come out being. Okay, we got carbon deposits up here on the top, which needs to come off. So you can either hone it off and load up the stone. Take my handy dandy pocket knife and get it all sharp, dulled out. I'm going to get my scraper. Use that. We're just scraping the carbon out in here of the bore. Not to get it all out, just get the heavy stuff off. So I'm working on the round side here so it doesn't dig in. And it just knocks the carbon off right there, see? Just knock off the heavy stuff. The barnacles. See the carbon right in there? I'm going to get rid of that. All right. So that knocked off the heavy carbon buildup there. So now we'll load up the stone. crosshatch pattern you get there. The scratches aren't too deep, and I'm not too concerned about them. I'm just looking for heavy stuff. The band up here on the top is wear in the top ring. So that's all it takes to do the initial hone. The bottom, you still see the scratches down there, but most of it goes away with hone. Now if we hone that all out, the cylinder gets really, really loose. It's not very good. So take off as little as you have. One. Same thing. A little more heavy wear right there in the center, but it's okay. They're not brand new. Hey Fred.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, I'm gonna see how loose these are. How come these are tight, Fred?
Hmm?
How come these are tight?
They should be loose, right?
They should be loose right now, they're tight.
That's not good.
So that means they're not the full size yet.
That's no fun.
So we're 13 1/4. So whoever honed these, put them pretty tight. Or those pistons didn't come out of these holes. Always possible. We're down at 10 1/2, 10 1/4, 10. Okay, so something's wrong because that's about 3 thou difference. So.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, so something here is not correct. So those pistons do not fit in these holes. So either this is mismatched componentry that nobody told me about, or somebody didn't read the mics correctly. So we're going to recheck our numbers, see where we're at. Something is not right. We'll come back here and recheck it. Somebody was wrong. It wasn't 13, it was 10. Okay, so we're about 7 5/8-ish in that one. This one's about 7 3/4. So you go half, 1, 2, 3. So 11 1/4 is what we're looking for. This one here was the one that was reading 13 probably. Yeah. Yeah, so this one's 13 on here because this mic doesn't match the other mic. Okay, so we're about 12 1/2, 13. I dropped it. 13 is right there. Yeah. A bit of drag as we go across. 13's our number. Who's interrupting me now? Hello. Hi. I'm in the middle of doing something, phoning. Yeah, well, but I'm still doing something when I'm at home. What are you talking about? Oh, geez, I feel so bad now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, well, hold on a second. All right, so the honing's about 1 thou out around on this. So I'm gonna do some measurements and I'll be back. All right,